Hello and welcome to another Zach Carnage video. So as you've probably guessed from the title, you have a pretty big hint about what's going to happen. We're going to talk about the Necron Destroyer Lord. Oh yes. Now this guy has had a lot of upgrades since the old book. So you've got a lot of change in how the unit functions, because this guy is now basically your booster unit. He's got preferred enemy for everything. So you're going to be able to re-roll those ones, but that's not just for him, it's also for any unit which he joins. So he is basically out there to make you get extra shots. Well, what you can do is you can get a unit of about 20 warriors on your table, just stick him right in the middle so that he doesn't get blown apart straight away, because new rules on people at the front getting shot up, that's how it is now. So stick him in the middle, and then 20 warriors, all shooting, all re-rolling any ones to hit. That's just brilliant. So yeah, he's gonna boost your warriors a lot. Now another good thing is that because he is technically jump infantry, he can move around the battle a lot quicker than than most of your other units. So what you can do is if you have a core of 20 warriors kind of near the middle of the table, perhaps pushing upwards slightly. So if we sort of say that this is the table here, you might have some warriors at the back defending an objective back here. Then you might have your core of about 20 warriors here. You might have some race coming up on the side here. What I would do is I'd begin with him and the warriors, because the warriors are the first things that are going to be able to do any damage, because they're using ranged weaponry and they're pushing upwards. So sticking with them, get all of your preferred enemy shots boosted, then keeping the race over here, keep them like close enough that he can move to them, but not so close as that your enemy's going to start shooting at them as well. They want to be sort of hiding in cover a little bit. You don't want them wide out in the open, or they're just going to get cut down. So eventually you're going to reach the point at which the race are getting close enough to the enemy to start being a real threat. At that point, take your Destroyer Lord, lob him in with the race, and then push up on that front, giving the race all of those preferred enemy attacks. Which, if they've got whip coils, they're going to be hitting the enemies first anyway, and they've got rending, and they've got loads of attacks. The race is just brilliant units now, and if he goes with them, they're all jump infantry, so they're all going to get extra bonuses. This is just a brilliant combination. I know lots of people have been exploiting it, and hopefully I can show you this in a couple of battle reports as well. Now, in another one of my videos, which you may have seen I just uploaded, I talk about using the Destroyer Lord with death marks, because the death marks are, they're pretty good units. They just don't really get used as much as they should, I think, because the wraiths now are so good. The scarabs are pretty good if you start scarab farming, and things like the annihilation barge, all of these things sort of take priority. So there's less focus on your elites part in your Necron Codex, which I think is a bit of a shame, really, because they could have done so much more with the Lich Guard and Praetorians, but they're just a bit expensive, really. Because they don't survive. But these guys, you're able to have them deep striking down onto the battlefield, and then shooting their synaptic disintegrators at your opponent, and if they're shooting the right unit, you're going to get the 2+ wounds, so that's just brilliant. And then stick him with them, you're going to get all of those re-rolls, all of those extra wounds down on your opponent. This is just a really good combination, and I definitely recommend taking 10 death marks. 5 is a bit few. You're probably not going to get enough shots into your opponent, so taking 5 isn't going to quite cut it, so take 10 if you can. Anyway, Destroyer Lord. Let's see, increased toughness over your standard Lord is another great thing. Comes with a war size straight away. This guy's basically an overpowered overlord, missing a few things. I don't know. If you really want him to stay alive, because you're using him to boost your entire army and you don't want him to get shot down on the way between units, you might choose to give him a sempiternal weave, or perhaps if you're sticking him with the like I said, if you have the 20 man strong block of warriors, you might decide to give him a resurrection orb so that he can bring those guys back. But if you're just chucking him with the race, it's probably not really worth it, because you could just give him the sempiternal weave, and then try and keep him at the back so that he doesn't get shot apart, because this guy can't actually take a phase shifter, so that's your main problem there. But other than that, it's great. This character's just great. Mind Shackle Scarabs as well, with the Destroyer Lord. Sticking with the race, it just becomes a ridiculous unit, which is obviously very fun for trashing your opponent. Just well, just becoming too good, basically, although it might not be quite as fun for your opponent. So thank you for watching this video on ideas for a Destroyer Lord based army. Don't forget to watch my other videos, leave any comments and ideas that you have down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.